You think that once you have failed, it's a complete full stop. You need to restart right from the scratch from level zero. But good news, that's not the case. In fact, history shows that people who have been immensely successful do not restart from the scratch. Yes, they failed multiple times, but they failed forward every single time, which allowed them to build even bigger empires. Here is a framework which I call it as fail forward framework, which you need to remember every single time you experience a failure. This will allow you to redefine your failure instead of starting from the scratch. In fact, you don't fail as it, you just feel that everything is lost. And that is exactly what needs redefining. Not everything is lost. Rather, half of the empire has already been built. Hi, I am Noyana Banerjee and I help anxious and those who are lost to build businesses and personal brands. This framework that I am going to share with you today, I have used immensely to redefine every failure of mine as a stepping stone to success. From today, it's yours too. So here you go. This concept I'll explain in the form of acronyms of FAIL, FAIL. I'll explain each one by one. F. Face the failure honestly. Oftentimes, when we fail, we blame our circumstances or someone else because of who we failed and didn't succeed. But if you really look closely at your failures, you will notice that it was always you. The reason was always you, due to a decision that you made or an action which you took, which you could not have taken, but you did considering whatever circumstances you were in back then. Blaming the reason on someone else definitely makes you look very cool and higher, but it robs you of the chances you have at success. Because by saying that I am not responsible, he is, you're technically handing over your life responsibility to someone else that is outside of you. It is not in your control, which can be dangerous. The moment you do that, you lose complete control over your decisions and your life. I'll give you an example here. Oprah Winfrey, when she was a news anchor, was told that you are unfit for television. Unfit for television. Guess what? She actually was. Too emotional for delivering the news. But instead of quitting television entirely and putting the blame on the news channel, she took charge and shifted to a show format where she thought her skills would be much better valued and appreciated. And guess what? This move was immensely successful because her emotional way of delivery was the right fit for the show, which was clearly unfit for the news channel. You can find her talking about her experience about this shift in the video I have linked in the description below. So, no matter what, assume personal responsibility for all of the mistakes. This will help you find different avenues where your skills, which you much more valued and appreciate. A. Analyze the lessons. Turn your every failure into feedback. Look for repeated patterns, blind spots, and underlying causes. They will be very clear. Every failure has it, and you will be very clear once you have a close look at it. Richard Branson started Virgin Cola in a market which was completely superseded and occupied by Coca Cola. How stupid he was, right? Of course, he definitely failed. What he realized is just passion isn't enough. You need a strategic advantage to be truly successful in a field wherever you are wanting to position yourself at. Look at his business trajectory after that. He started airlines, hotels. Why? Not because they were money making, they clearly are not. They are not money making industries at all. But deep down, he knew that he could bring something better and far superior than anyone else existing in that industry. And that was his strategic advantage. So look for patterns in your failure. Deeply analyze and identify why exactly you failed. You need to pinpoint at it. It will be very clear and easily visible to you. Well, I want you to note something here which is extremely important. He didn't blame the industry. When he failed, he didn't blame the Coca-Cola, the beverage industry. He didn't. He took a personal responsibility on himself, saying that he could not bring the strategic advantage to that industry. When you take a personal responsibility, it's a game changer. I identify the core value and the vision. This is the key. I keep on repeating this time and again, and I will repeat it again. If money is your aim, don't start business. Just don't. Don't do that to yourself. I can guarantee that you will fail. Build a business because you can't stop yourself from helping a particular set of people. Like you can feel it, from your gut that you just can't stop yourself from serving this set of people. You have to have the feeling that you can't see them as a reason problems. And deep down, you know that if you don't serve them, nobody else will. Someone has to do it, so you take charge. So get extremely clear on your why, your true purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing? This will serve as an anchor even if you pivot tomorrow. While the approach can be different, your goal remains the same because that is your true calling, your why. So, here is how you should actually go about it. Simon Sinek calls this model as the golden circle, which is the why, the outer is how, this is the goal. How you tend to approach a business is this. First, you decide the what you want to pursue, right? Once you've done that, you come with how. Okay. Once you've decided what you want to do, you decide how you want to do it. Once that is done, when somebody asks tomorrow that, hey, why are you doing what you're doing? Can you tell me? Like, I'm really intrigued. Like, why are you doing this? What is the reason? You go like, uh, um, let me think about it. Yeah, this is how you go. You think really hard and you come up with some sane logic to justify what you're doing. Like, why is this important to you? While the real answer is that you thought that this could make you the maximum amount of money in the shortest period of time. Yes, accept it. That is the reason. And when you don't make money in the time period you set for yourself, you quit and consider yourself as a complete failure. In fact, how you approach this is the real reason behind your failure. You go from the larger perspective, that is the what, to justify the smaller perspective, the why. When you should be doing exactly the opposite. Let me explain you. So, what you need to do is you need to go from the why, the smaller perspective, to the what, to larger perspective, to the bull's eye, to the bull's body. Here is how you need to go about it. Start with the why. Figure out why are you doing what you're doing. And money cannot be the reason. Do not tell me that you want to do this for the money. No, it has to be a pain point that you are trying to solve. Once you have clearly defined your why, your how will be very clearly visible to you. You will exactly know how you can solve the problem the best. Ask yourself, how can I serve this community the best? And you will have your answer. Once you have clearly defined your how, your what will automatically be very evident. It will be like, no, this was obvious. There's no other solution to this. So your what will be extremely clear. To this approach, instead of trying to come up with multiple whys, where you're trying really hard to think like, why are you doing this? You will just have one why. Clear destination, a clear goal. You will have one goal, the bull's eye you're aiming at. This way, even if you pivot, your what changes. You have, multiple what. Your goal remains the same. And you will never have to start from the scratch. Deal? Deal. Well, leverage the experience. The biggest mistake you do, you try to forget your past as if it never happened. It's just vanished, somewhere lost. You try to forget all your setbacks, all your past experiences just because people ask you to start afresh. No, no. In fact, you should not forget your past experiences and your past setbacks because you need to leverage these exact things to build your next brand, your next business. These experiences need to be the core of your business that will be defined like why are you doing what you're doing. When things that really pain you and scratch your heart interjects with what people want, something that they need desperately, you find your passion area. This is the exact juncture where you will find your next big business idea. If you serve this well, you will outperform everybody you have ever thought of or you ever compared yourself to. And of course, you will because you feel the pain of your customers, the pain of your people. So you will be the right fit because when you really feel about your customers, you will do anything to come up with a solution. And that will be your exact big business idea, your breakthrough. One of the greatest example which I could give here is again Oprah Winfrey's. Oprah's hardships became central to her narrative. Poverty, abuse, setbacks, making her relatable and more inspirational for her people. Through her talk show, she spoke immensely about her experiences, her setbacks, her pain points, and brought that at the forefront of her show. The relatability of her show is what leapfrogged the Oprah Winfrey show to success. That is the reason because people could relate to her. So your pain needs to be at the forefront and at the juncture and at the base, at the core of your business. Lastly, once you have aligned all of these, pursue it relentlessly. Do not stop once you have encountered a failure because now you know that it is actually not a failure. This exact thing will enhance the baseline of your next big breakthrough. So, no matter what, do not stop. Pivot, yes, but do not stop. If you have any questions, any concerns, or any struggles which you feel you want to discuss with me, please drop them on my Discord server or join me live daily from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. IST on my Discord channel. The link is in the description below. Lastly, if you found this video helpful, I have made another video on CTFAR model, which can really change how you approach things, how you approach decisions, how you approach life. If you are someone who suffers with fear and anxiety, then this video will be immensely helpful for you. You can find the video here. If you find my videos valuable, then please do subscribe and share this video with anyone you think needs to hear this or will get value out of this video. It will be a really big help. Till then, I'll see you soon with another video. Bye.